Today we're going to talk about complementary and supplementary angles. And so what you see here is my note card. I like to have the vocabulary on an index card so I can look at it really carefully, or you can put it in your notebook. So complementary angle would be two smaller angles that add up to make a perfect right angle. And all right angles are 90 degrees, and they are shown by this little right angle symbol right here in the corner. Supplementary angles are two complementary angles added together. So essentially it has to add up to 180 degrees, or we describe that as a straight line. All straight lines have 180 degrees, which makes sense because if you think about going around a complete circle, it's 360. And if you cut the 360 in half, that makes a straight line and you have 180 on both sides. So that's how it all kind of ties together back to circles. And so again, I've shown angle C plus angle D here equals 180. So this is my notes, and this is what I'm going to use every time I am asked one of these vocabulary words. So just to keep that in mind. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice a few of those. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is I'm going to show you some angles, and I'm going to ask you about the complementary. And so you can see how they've drawn the little right angles in there. And so these are super simple. All you got to do is remember the vocabulary word. If complementary equals is 90 degrees, then you're going to take 90 degrees and you're going to subtract 59 degrees from that, and then you're going to write your answer down. So again, it's the same thing. It's 90, take away 26, and then we would do the math and we would go ahead and get an answer. So when we, let me do this one real quick. So I have 64 as an answer. And so if you want to pause the movie and try these, I'm going to let you do that, and then we'll check to make sure that they're correct. All right, how did you do? Did you go ahead and subtract each one of them, and you can realize that I went ahead and put a degrees symbol on these so that you would know that that's the symbol that we use for those. So anything that was in a little degrees, you have this little floating zero up here in the top. So again, I got 15 and 18 and 29. So let me show you how that looks a little bit different than if I were going to do supplementary. So again, if I had supplementary, you would see that they would start out as a straight line. And so what we would do is we would know automatically that supplementary means 180. And so again, we just subtract my 66 from 180. Or 180, take away, in this case, it would be 155. So this is 155. And then what is this little tiny piece over here? So that should be the answer we get when we subtract 180 minus 55. So that would end up giving me a 25 degrees. And up here, if I was going to go ahead and work it out, I would end up with 114 degrees. And so if you would like to try a couple of them right over here, I'm going to pause the movie again, and you can try those. So did you get them right? One of them was 144 degrees and the other one was 44 degrees. Okay, so just a reminder as you're wrapping up, this is the notes that you should have, and the expectation is that you will know these and that you will not need to be reminded of them. So again, right angles are 90, straight lines are 180. Great job.